If you could unmute for me, Mr. Brinker. Mr. Brinker, there we go.
Yep. Thank you. Pat Brinker, project manager with Gregory Gates Architect, and our office is working as an agent on behalf of Jill and Cameron Rutherford, the owners of the property.
Okay, fantastic. Welcome. And Jill, I think he just did your introduction there for you, but just confirm you're the owner of the property?
Yep, Jill Rutherford, owner of the property. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, fantastic. Welcome. We also have Wes Menzel here with us from the City Plan Department. Welcome, Wes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, are we expecting anyone else to join us here today before we get started?
We're not on our end, no.
No.
Okay, great. I need to read through our hearing script. This just covers the procedure for the hearing, and then we can begin. So this is the November 5th, 2025 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. I'm the Zoning Hearing Examiner for the city. I'll be presiding over the hearing. Case before us today is case number ZH20250106. That's 1107 Paxton Avenue. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the Zoning Hearing Examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. For our purposes here today, I'll allow Mr. Brinker and Mr. Rutherford at that time to tell me about the project, the relief that they're requesting, and then why they believe that relief is appropriate and should be approved. If there were anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to speak after the applicant has presented its case. I'll move over to Wes and allow Wes, if he would like, to add any testimony in addition to the staff report that he's prepared for this application. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. Excuse me. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or make any comments. Okay, the last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. If you intend on providing any testimony here today, the zoning code requires that I swear you in prior to that testimony. So I'm just going to collectively do that with everyone who intends on testifying. So if you could just take yourself off of mute, I'll need everyone to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. Who will be taking the lead here on the applicant's presentation?
I will.
Okay, Mr. Brinker, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today, David and Weston. Appreciate you guys taking the time out to hear our case today. I'd like to start, if I can, by sharing my screen. That's all right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone see my screen here?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Just as for everyone's on the same page, this is pulled from over on here on my left as I'm scrolling vertical. This is the site plan and the existing condition photos pulled from our application, which you have available to you on the paper copy at A1.1. So I'd like to briefly just start by maybe a brief overview of the actual property and the project. The existing building is located at 1107 Paxton Avenue, as noted. It is within the existing underlying district of an SF10 MH. And as part of our development plan, I'll also note the most important thing is the lot is included within the Hillside Overlay District, which brings us here today for the reason for our hearing today. The development plan that we submitted goes through, and as per the Hillside Overlay District, we've gone through and averaged the required setbacks for the abutting properties. We've calculated that information, and then here with our 1107 Paxton site plan, you can kind of see here in the red highlighted area is the determined maximum building envelope based off of the average front yard and side yards and rear yards of the abutting properties. The proposed addition that we're here to talk about today, then you can see in blue, and we're here today to request relief at 2 feet 9 encroachment to the required front yard. That encroachment is based upon where the Rutherfords find themselves in this stage of life. They're a young family with multiple young kids in the family, and the entry and vestibule to the property is the one part of their house that is kind of a stranglehold at the moment. I will briefly show you a quick plan here with the intent for the encroachment. Is here. It's shown on the site plan. We're asking for a 5-foot encroachment by 12 feet, I think noted on the site plan. With basically that allowing for the Rutherfords to put a small vestibule addition onto the front of their house. This is the one area, as I mentioned, with the young family. Currently, as you walk into the house, it lacks enough room for the 5 of them to be in the vestibule together to get kids ready for the morning for school when they come home. So that's what's driving this application here. I will note that we went through a number of studies to see if there was the opportunity to rework the interior of the home without having to add the addition. While there were 1 or 2 options that may have satisfied some additional square footage, the expense of getting that to rework was just cost prohibitive to the owner, with those plans detailed having to move an existing interior powder room, rework the staircase on the first floor by reframing additional openings. So while we did our best in our due diligence to see if there was another way to solve the problem, it just becomes cost prohibitive versus maybe a 5x12 addition onto the front of the house. So that's what is driving it and how we came to the determination and submitted the application. I switch back here quickly to the site plan then. You can see the encroachment here, and as part of the Hillside Overlay District, we did obtain a preliminary geotechnical report. That geotechnical report states that based on the location of the addition and as part of a small stone retaining wall that slightly widens the existing driveway, that no adverse impact would be to the hillside or any of the adjacent properties. We are building on one of the more level areas of the site. As you can see, the existing topography here with a somewhat level front yard. So again, the geotechnical report found no issues with the proposed addition. And I will also note that the owner has provided signatures of abutting properties owners that are in favor and voice no opposition to the proposed addition. I don't know that I can, Mr. Sturkey and Weston, go through the individual requirements of 3319 and 3323 for the hillside districts, but I think we've noted those in our application and show how we conform to the overwhelming majority of those requirements other than the max building envelope for the hillside districts. And in closing today, I think I would note that after the Weston's review of this and in his staff report, he did note that the zoning office would recommend approving this variance today. So I think with that, I'm welcome to take any questions or provide any further information if I can.
Okay, thank you for that. I don't have any questions off the bat. Mr. Rutherford, Ms. Rutherford, did you want to add anything?
No, I just, the current entryway, it's just, not only is it functionality, but, with multiple family members entering, leaving at once, it just makes it completely impractical. And I mean, it's so tight that it's even unsafe for like my 5-year-old's like hitting her head on the closet door when we walk in. So, it's a modest vestibule just to make it more functional for us to live in, but yet still fit the neighborhood.
Sure. Okay. I don't think I have any other questions right now. Let's go over to Wes. See if Wes, do you want to add anything to the discussion here?
Good morning. Yeah, no, I don't have any additional comments.
Okay, great. Anything in closing or otherwise before we adjourn from Mr. Brinker or Ms. Rutherford?
Not on my end.
Okay. I think we can leave it at that. Mr. Brinker, thank you for your thorough presentation there. I appreciate that. I've had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report. Based on all of that, based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I agree that it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this application. And so I'm going to approve the application. I need to formalize that in a written decision. I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. I will do everything I can to get that out to you as quickly as possible. I'm taking a short break leading up to the holiday, but I really don't think that should impact that timeline too much. As soon as I finish that decision, I put it into a PDF and I'll email it to you. Really just moments after it's complete. Once Wes sees that email, he'll be able to approve the zoning on his end and you all can take the next steps. Any questions about that?
No, other than to say thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you all for your time. Good luck with the project. I wholly understand that having as much space when you're getting shoes and
Oh, it's
coats and all
awful.
that stuff on
It's
is,
awful.
is really important.
And we
So
have a big family, that's just
Yeah.
my immediate family, not to mention the extended. It's
yeah,
tight.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, great.
So I
Well, hopefully
appreciate
this
it.
gives
Yeah.
you some relief on that.
Yeah. A little
And
bit. Yes.
yeah, well, good luck with everything and